Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to my Man of Steel Top 7 Trailers video. I have to be honest with you, I was originally one of the people that was actually initially quite skeptical about this movie, and that was purely down to the fact that Warner Brothers have been, in fact, very clever with their marketing. Now, I was on a forum with some friends, and those forum users will know that I was so worried as to why they weren't showing enough. But pretty much since the beginning of April, my expectations for this movie have skyrocketed. It's just incredible what we've been shown so far, and I am so excited as to see what Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill have to give to us on June 14th. So without further ado, this is my top 7. I'm sure a lot of you will agree or disagree with it, so please leave your comments below, and I hope you enjoy it. At number 7, the weakest of mine for the bunch, just very rushed in my opinion, TB Spot 1.
I have so many questions. Where do I come from?
You just have to decide what kind of man you want to grow up to be, Clark. Whoever that man is going to change the world.
My father believed that if the world found out who I really was, they'd reject me. That the world wasn't ready. What do you think?
Rated PG-13.
In at number 6 is the teaser trailer, which for me was the perfect blend of not giving too much away and just whetting your appetite enough.
You will give the people an ideal to strive towards. They will race behind you. They will stumble. They will fall. But in time, they will join you in the sun. In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
In at number 5 was the second theatrical trailer, which for me really stepped it up with giving us glimpses of Superman and pretty much making sure that we knew exactly what to expect from this movie in terms of action and spectacle.
The world's too big, Mom.
Then make it small. Focus on my voice. Pretend it's an island out in the ocean. Can you see it?
I see it.
My son was in the bus. He saw what Clark did.
You have to keep this side of yourself a secret.
What was I supposed to do? Just let him die?
Maybe.
I have so many questions. Where do I come from?
You just have to decide what kind of man you want to grow up to be, Clark. Whoever that man is, he's going to change the world.
was, they'd reject me. He was convinced that the world wasn't ready. What do you think?
In at number 4 is the second TV spot, which for me gets it simply because it just blew me away. I wasn't expecting it, and I love that cry shot at the end.
What if a child dreamed of becoming something other than what society had intended? What if a child aspired to something greater? You will give them an ideal to strive towards.
Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX 3D.
In at number 3 is the third and final theatrical trailer, which for me gets this spot pretty much for 2 reasons. It's the first time we hear the soundtrack, and it's also the first time we get to see Krypton.
Goodbye, my son. Our hopes and dreams travel with you.
He'll be an outcast. They'll kill him.
How? He'll be a god to them. What if a child dreamed of becoming something other than what society had intended? What if a child aspired to something greater?
My son was in the bus. He saw what Clark did.
You're the answer, son. You're the answer to are we alone in the universe?
Can I just keep pretending I'm your son?
You are my son. And I have to believe that you were sent here for a reason. And even if it takes the rest of your life, you owe it to yourself to find out what that reason is.
How do you find someone who has spent a lifetime covering his tracks? For some, he was a guardian angel. For others, a ghost who never quite fit in.
You will give the people of Earth an ideal to strive towards. They will race behind you. They will stumble. They will fall. But in time, they will join you in the sun. In time, you will help them accomplish wonders. You believe your son is safe? I will find him!
My father believed that if the world found out who I really was, they'd reject me. He was convinced that the world wasn't ready. What do you think?
What's the S stand for?
It's not an S. On my world, it means hope.
Well, here it's an S. How about
Excuse me.
In at number 2, I love this TV spot. It's the third TV spot, and it really just hits the mark for me.
You have to decide what kind of man you want to grow up to be, Clark. Whoever that man is going to change the world.
Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX 3D.
And in at number 1 is the fourth and final TV spot, which for me is just purely epic.
What if a child dreamed of becoming something other than what society had intended? What if a child aspired to something greater? Give them an ideal to strive towards.
Man of Steel. Pre-book your tickets now.